We are going to view a game played in advanced Caro-Kann and won by black. Now Caro-Kann is fourth top opening. First is of course Sicilian, second is open game with e5, and third is French defense, and Caro-Kann is on number 4. But I always feel that it's very good for black, and I like Caro-Kann. Therefore, I have collected a lot of games where black has won with advanced Caro-Kann, and I want to present them one by one to you. Now Caro-Kann starts with e4, c6, of course d4, d5, and white plays e5. So this is advanced variation of Caro-Kann. Lot of variations are there, and I have made videos on that also. But advanced variation is more popular. Now from this, 99% people play bishop to f5 because they want to take it out of the pawn chain. And once you play, supposing e6, then this is blocked. If without moving the bishop here, if you play e6, then your bishop is blocked. So this is 99% people will play this. In another video I have shown some other moves, like some people play c5 also. Then they play sometimes e6 also. A lot of other moves are available. Bishop d3. Now this is actually, now while I analyzed on computer says it's a good move, but it's not a good move from my study. Because here black gets opportunity to capture this bishop, and it finishes the attack from this diagonal. Normally in Caro-Kann the attack will be on the diagonal a4 to this, say, d7. Don't take e7 because king is there. So Caro-Kann the attack will be from this diagonal, and if the white bishop on the white square goes, then it becomes more easy for the black to play. So again 99% will capture this bishop. Moves will be bishop cross d3, queen cross d3, and e6. So you close your pawn structure. Very good pawn structure you get. But this fellow didn't capture. He played bishop to g6. There's no point playing bishop to g6, because now if white captures, then you will make a double pawn. And that is what it has happened in this game. So he plays knight to f3. Now in fact, I told you capturing the bishop again was the best thing, but because you get a double pawn, you get a disturbed castle and all that. But he didn't capture, and he played this knight to f3. e6 is the next move, closing the pawn structure. Very nice move. Very good structure you get. White castles. Knight to d7 is another very common move in Caro-Kann. Knight to d7. I analyzed this thing. I have given a statistics of moves played in Caro-Kann. So knight d7 is very popular. Another popular is queen to b6. But sometimes it puts you in trouble also. Knight to d7, a3, c5, b3, c cross d4. Now black has captured your pawn in the center. Knight cross d4. Now this knight is now without support. Knight cross e5. Black's knight is also without support. Hanging knight. Now he played red, this queen to e2, and the good move was bishop to b5, because if he plays bishop to b5, Then he plays he has to take this knight to d7, of course. Rook e1, knight f6. Knight f6 is brought for the protection of this. Bishop b2 to support this knight. Now you have to be very careful in Caro-Kann from the attack from this diagonal. You should have some piece to protect this. Now you have moved the knight here. Black has moved the knight here, but it can again go to this. But if this knight is not there, and supposing he is able to give a check with some support, now support of knight is there, then you have to put the queen in between many times, and the queen goes. So you have to think of something which can cover this, because you have taken out the bishop, so bishop is not there, so two knights they can support this square d7. So I played queen a2 to make a battery of this. Actually good move would have been, I told you, bishop to b5. Okay, queen e2, knight cross d3, because the queen is threatening the knight now. Okay, and knight is unsupported, so instead of moving it back somewhere, he captured the bishop here and gets rid of the bishop. That is a good thing, in fact. C cross d3, bishop to c5. Again, white knight is hanging, so this bishop is threatening the white knight. Bishop goes to b2 to support this knight. Now it takes the queen to b6. I told you queen to b6 is another very common move in Caro-Kann. But at this stage, black should have played this knight to e7 and make provision for the castle, prepare for the castle, let's say. But knight to e7, knight to f3, and black now can castle. So instead he played queen to b6, knight c2. Now this knight is attacked, double attacked by the battery of bishop and queen. So he moved the knight to c2, but he could have thought of another move which is, you'll think it is odd. Knight to c3 also is a move. See what happens with knight to c3. Knight to c3. Now this knight is gone. Knight on d4 is gone. Bishop cross d4. But you take knight on a4, threaten the queen. Now where can the queen go? The queen cannot protect this bishop now. And this is a discovery attack. So queen is required to be taken to d8, retreat to original position, and you get bishop cross d4. But such moves are rarely thought of, because you quickly play because you see the threat to the knight and you think of moving the knight immediately. Now queen cross b3. So this is another very common in the Caro-Kann, to capture the b file pawn with queen. Normally it is on b2 and it's called poison pawn, and black will always try to capture that poison pawn. I don't know, many times there is no advantage, but yet it is done. Instead, again he could have played knight to c3 and prepared by the castle. So knight to c3. Sorry, white. Knight to c3, we have seen this move. So queen cross b3, bishop cross g7. Now bishop was under threat, bishop was unprotected. Instead of moving somewhere, this is the best move. Bishop is threatening the rook, and rook is gone now. But black plays bishop cross d3, threatening the queen. Queen goes to, white takes the queen to e5. That is again not a good move. What is the point of supporting this bishop? This bishop is not threatened anyway. So queen, he should have taken to d2. So queen goes to d2. So queen cross c2, queen cross c2, bishop cross c2, and rook to c1, threatening this bishop and this rook. Rook on h8 is already threatened. Now he threatens the bishop on c2. So we are here. He is taken queen to e5. Plays bishop cross f1. Of course, this rook goes. This rook was threatened, and it takes the knight to d2. Actually, this is again the wrong move, because he should have moved another knight on c2 to here e1. Because he is giving this knight on c2 then to the queen. Anyway, so queen cross c2. He moves the knight to, sorry, 1 minute. We're here. He moves the knight to d2. Queen crosses this knight. Now, this is the most wrong move made by white, because one thing, he has moved the knight from in between. It was in between this pawn and queen, so this pawn is threatened now, and he captures the pawn, then you get checkmated. Of course, that is what has happened. So queen cross f2, king goes to h1, queen g1, and checkmate. So here, what do you think should have been done? He should have captured this bishop with rook, and that would have avoided the mate. Captures with rook, another knight goes, then white captures this rook. He takes the rook to c8, a4, and mate is avoided, and probably the game would have been prolonged. But this is how the game has took place, and I will be uploading another this games, as I said, where black has won. And of course, initially I will have very small games. This is just 17 moves, 18 moves. So I have collected games up to 40 moves, but many games are there which have ended in 20 to 25 moves. So thank you for watching. Keep watching. Please subscribe my channel if you are not subscribed.